When you're managing type 1 diabetes, if you're a caregiver or the person with type 1 diabetes, to achieve really good glycemic control requires a lot of work. It requires a lot of testing of glucose values, or using your continuous glucose monitoring system and putting them into your insulin pump or combining that with your multi-daily injection. We know that people get tired from this and you get burnout, and it's really hard to keep those glucose values in a tight range. What the advanced hybrid closed loop system from Medtronic does is it takes a lot of that burden out. Because it's continually reading your glucose values every 5 minutes and continually correcting your values to get it into target, this takes all that micromanagement that is normally required to achieve those excellent glycemic controls that we all desire. I'm most excited about seeing people's quality of life improve dramatically. Day to day, we see families that are really tired, exhausted and anxious about their children, and adults themselves living on their own, dealing with the day-to-day issues of glycemic variability, and particularly hypoglycemia. I'm excited to see them come back and be given the freedom and be able to live their lives like they've wanted to be able to have meals that they previously thought were off the menu. Sometimes we hear from healthcare professionals that to take on new technologies, you need to be really engaged with your routine diabetes cares. There's a perceived risk that you're not very adherent to your normal cares of diabetes, that using an automated system like a pump carries more risk of acute outcomes, for example severe hypoglycemia or diabetic ketoacidosis. What we found in our study actually is the opposite. The teenagers, who are typically known for being poorly adherent, don't bolus for their meals very well, or perhaps eat meals that are not the best, had the most improvement using the MiniMed 780G. The goal for anybody with type 1 diabetes is to have tight glycemic control. This is what we know prevents complications in the long term. Time and time again we've seen that automated insulin delivery can achieve that. However, sometimes it's still quite a bit of a burden. The advanced hybrid closed loop system, or the MiniMed 780G, achieves that tight glycemic control without the normal burnout or burden that comes with that. And this is what will help us in those long-term goals of sustained, excellent glycemic control and long-term health and quality of life.